Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. And wow, what a red day after Liberation Day. It got a little smack down there. So we will go over everything and see how the market looks, what it wants to do, and what's going to be popping, of course. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence and take a look at that heat map right there. That is a red bad boy right there. Johnson & Johnson and United Health were actually up right there. Not sure what was going on with them, but it did bounce off that support line. I don't think it's really going to curl through, but you know that pattern that they have, and these were dipping down there. I was going to do what did I say it was? I don't even remember. It was Johnson & Johnson and United Health, UNH. They were both a little bit up right there. United Health, look at that thing. That looks like it's trying to run up to the top. So that's one to keep an eye on right there, UNH. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And let's see what the market was up to today. We'll go through our list, see what wants to pop tomorrow, what's looking good, what's not, and how we're going to attack this market right here. And again, there's always opportunities to profit here. Either it's up or down, sideways, it doesn't matter. We find them all. I know Logic Mark did pull back a hair, but we'll go through that one right in a second. And let's start off with DMN because that was up a little bit this morning, and then it did pull back a little bit. I think it might have closed up still. Let's see. And it does. I don't know. It has these, I guess at 4 o'clock, it's going to show you where it's at. Let's see. So I guess at 4 o'clock, they're still going to have it close and show you. They need to change that up, but that's all right. At least the pre-market's working now, and we can get a good idea, but we'll get that all figured out. And DMN, here you go. It was 0.0181 and it closed at 0.0153. So you can see they have it accurate right there up until about 8 p.m. They just have to have the chart run now. So we'll get them to get that done. They could easily, I'm sure, do that. They did it for the pre-market, and it is very, very nice that the FinViz is running like that. So it's much better for sure already. And that's DMN. And again, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. It does look like it's trying to curl up right there and right there. It didn't really run today. I mean, it went up a little bit, but not really. So keep it on your list right there. DMN, that's still on the list. And again, some of these are just tough with the red day, exactly what's going to be popping. About this ICCT, I would watch this again tomorrow for a momentum play. It wasn't too bad. It says it closed a little bit down over there, but again, not bad at all. Looks like it wants to run up, and this was a popper the other day. We had it down here. It ran way up, and it looks like it wants to play that momentum some more, so I would keep an eye on that one. And again, Logic Mark did pull back a little bit. I don't think it was a problem. It did come down a tiny level here. See it? We were talking about it. Would it come down? I didn't think it would, but it did. It still looks really good right there. And let's see, it could be that little dip and rip right there. So look at it. It's curling up and looking nice. And yeah, you got to take the opportunities when they're there. So it did pull back a hair, and I did scoop up a little bit more today and added to it. So I'm perfectly fine with it. And let's go Logic Mark. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one right there, of course, and we'll be watching that to see if it gets moving. And APDN is looking good too. It was up a little bit today. It did get was curled up. It was trying to get cruising up there. Let's see, it ran up to 179. It says, let's see where it was at. This says it was up at $2, but no big deal. And it was up there. I do know it was up there, and it's at 161. Basically opened and closed at that same spot. And again, look at it trying to curl up. I think APDN still looks really good, guys. I do like that one as well. So keep an eye on that. And this hit, I'm telling you, this one's going to be a hit soon. It was up 2 cents in the after hours, and it was just like jumping around right there today. Curled through, and it's not looking bad. It ran through what? 1.6. Oh, wait, no, that's not hit. Hold on, I got to get it. I was going to say that's definitely not hit. There we go. That's definitely hit. And yeah, it went from like 68 to 71, and it closed at 70, guys. So I'm telling you, this thing looks like it's going to be a hit. And it is one of these software companies in the U.S., an software application and a healthcare one. These things do like to run. And look at that big old dip. We might not get there, but even if we get up to 177, that would be real nice. So keep an eye on HIT. because that wants to be a hit. And guys, who told you that MRM was getting set up to run, right? And that was blasted off today. It ran, I think, over 100% at one point right here. We had it on the list, 36 to 89. It closed at 61. And I don't think anybody talked about MRM anywhere else on the internet. I didn't see anybody mention it. And boom, we had that thing nailed down. Just go through our list from the last few days, and you know what I was saying about it. It was getting ready to run, and bam, there you go. So we do see them all, and we see them early, and we pick them right out too, guys. So how about this BDRX? I mean, this thing is looking really good. It says it went down a little in the after hours. It was looking really nice, and we'll look at it over here, of course. But I do like this one. I actually posted about it today, and you can see it's in that spot. It opened at 145, got up to 149. It did pull back to that 133. It closed at 142. It's not looking bad at all. And look at this thing. A little run up there, getting ready to set up, and it looks like it's going to take off. So keep an eye on this, whether it's tomorrow or next week. It's hard to tell, but it could move tomorrow. So you're going to want to keep an eye on BDRX. And that MRM we'll have to see tomorrow. I don't really, was it a more of a momentum play? It did pull back that 8. A lot of times if they don't make it up to the top like that, it is in that channel, though. We could keep an eye on this one for sure. We were watching it like the last week or two. I know we saw it on the scanner or something. I think it was either mine or the Finviz one. I don't remember. And it was setting up. It grabbed my attention, and bam, there you go. Not too far off. And that's the MRM. And again, BDRX, keep an eye on that. And DGLY, not looking bad today after it ran up yesterday. Look at it, trying to crawl up and get out of that basement. So I would say this is another one to keep an eye on. Look at that bad boy right there. 3 cents. It got down into the 2s. And another one you're definitely going to watch. So these penny stocks are looking good, and the market could try to bounce a little bit tomorrow. I'm not saying it's going to have a full bounce, but I don't think we're going to go. They have to be careful, because if they let it dip too hard, too much more, it could start triggering the recession talk and stop losses and all that good stuff. So you're getting into that territory that they don't want to go to. So let's. I think we're going to have some bounces. It may step down for a little bit. It's perfectly fine, guys. And we'll pick out what's working, what's good, what's not, what you want to short. But also we'll get ready for when it really wants to run up, because we'll have some major opportunities. There's going to be opportunities every single day. How about this BON? Looking at it today, look at that. Just playing it safe, and watching it go down. It's getting closer, so maybe tomorrow. I think we might have to wait for next week for this guy. It does have that look right there. Tomorrow morning, guys, early in the morning, take a look at this BON right there. That could start to move tomorrow. If not, it's probably going to be one for Monday or early next week anyway, because that's looking pretty good now. And again, we watch this thing just pull back. We'll keep an eye on it tomorrow, but just watch tomorrow morning if it starts getting that momentum moving. Look at that, 70 million in volume right there. So yeah, it's starting to spike up pretty good. See that stuff? And that's when it usually gets moving. Look at these things. When they're running, it does get that volume. So people see it. And so BON, you're going to want to look at tomorrow morning. And NWTG, let's see what that Newton Goff was up to. Actually down. That one was trying to set back up into a better spot. Had the earnings, ran up a little bit. We'll just see it pull back a hair right here, and that's perfectly fine. Maybe it will pull back a little bit more tomorrow for us, as you can see. But keep an eye on this thing, because look at it getting set up, and we love this spot. It did pop off right there, and we have the 20 coming down. So I'll keep an eye and see if it's ready for tomorrow. It's hard to tell in this crazy market, obviously, but ones that you definitely want to keep an eye on. And there are quite a few, I'm telling you, because these penny stocks will love to run when the rest of the market's getting crushed down. It seems like the money cruises over here, and sometimes it's these China ones right here. And we already know the education and training services, so keep an eye on this clue. Look at it getting really close into that territory, guys. And this thing could really get cruising. It wanted to before it reverse split, and then it reverse split, and obviously it's down. But it does look really good up here, or down here, on that line. Look how it's just been running flat right there. That's a pretty look. It looks like it's trying to curl up over there. It looks like it's trying to curl up a little over here, and we're trying to cruise. So keep an eye on Clue right there, CLEU. It is looking really good, and there's a whole lot of them. So again, you just got to pick the ones you really like. And again, in the morning, you can kind of tell which ones start setting up to move, and then you just got to run with some momentum right there. So you just do your quick research and check it out, and I'm usually posting around, and you see what's going on. And we do the pre-market show, so you obviously know from that as well. And this UOKA, we love this thing, and it did pull back, and it's dipping down. I was actually surprised because these things, that 20 and 50 looked like it was definitely going through. And it definitely pulled back there today. Look at it, meeting up. I mean, it's not a terrible look. We know this thing likes to bounce up, and it is almost every, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost every week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that's pretty impressive, guys. That one's a little shorter. This one went a little longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. Now we're going on 2 weeks. So this one's either pulling back real good or it's due for a bounce, because look at it. And it was definitely setting up there. So we'll keep an eye on this UOKA. I'll look at it tomorrow and see what it wants to do. You can see it was trying to pull back there, but it could obviously get pulled back up and turn around. And Kodak dipped down pretty good right there. And let's watch this get down into the bottom right there, and it will get set up. So yeah, we'll watch Kodak get it dip down a little bit more. It did run up at some point, 576 to 638 right there, and that doesn't even say it, does it? So it must have happened in the after hour. I don't even know. I don't know. We'll get used to it. But anyway, it did run up there at some point today, it looks like, and it does look like it's pulling back a little bit more. So we'll have to keep a camera on Kodak right there so we can know what it's doing. And WULF, TerraWolf, again, not looking bad, but it did dip down some more today, and I can't say that that wasn't a common theme for like almost everything. So look at it, but again, we could have these things bouncing right back off tomorrow. So keep an eye on it, because look at it. It could easily roll right off of there, and that is your TerraWolf. And yeah, I mean, they don't look terrible, and again, they do look like they want to come down a little bit more, but just not like, I don't think they're going to crash them down. So you're going to see some pop-ups and pullbacks, and again, they're probably going to work it off them MACDs like we've already seen the pattern. I don't think that pattern's going anywhere, so I think we're in pretty good shape here for at least a month or two. And Wolfspeed, this is one to keep an eye on tomorrow. Look at it. It looks like it's too far out, but if it doesn't pop up tomorrow, it's going to have to stay down here. So let's see. It doesn't say that it went anywhere in the after hours, and opened and closed right at the same spot. And I'm telling you guys, look at this thing. It's trying to get curled up. I don't know what it's doing, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on WOLF, that wolf right there, Wolfspeed, because that just has a really interesting look right there. I know your 20 and 50 are coming down, and that's a big hook up, so I'm not sure what's happening here, but definitely looks like something. Wolfspeed's no good. Terrible Friday may just be the beginning, and we'll definitely see more tomorrow right there. But yeah, keep an eye on it tomorrow, and if it does try to get moving, it may actually get a little pop-up right there just off the setup, and if not, we know it's coming down. So that's your wolf look right there. It did look like it was trying to set up the other day, and this HEP is another one, guys. Keep an eye on this thing. I know it ran up the other day pretty good, and then it pulled all the way back, but it does appear to be trying to set back up. It's a little bit flat right there to pull back in the after hours. It did, but it was looking pretty good, I must say, today. Yeah, it closed up, and then it was pulled back a hair, but again, doesn't look terrible. We'll look at it in the morning. And another one was trying to get set up. I know it ran up the other day, but maybe it's trying to get curled out of that basement. Look at it trying to curl up, and maybe it's not even trying to get out of the basement like this, but it just have a nice little run up there for HEPIS. So definitely keep an eye on that one. And AUUD, this one was a recent reverse splitter, and it does look like it's going to pull back a little bit. It was trying to set up until the market just took a disaster hit. And again, this one, when you see them cross down like this, it wanted to curl back up if something good would have happened, but it doesn't. It looks like it wants to curl down. Not saying it has to, but it does appear that it wants to right there rather than go up. So, and it was down 31 cents today, it says, a little up in the after hours. So we'll see how that one plays out, but I could see that one bouncing down. Unfortunately, the market conditions will dictate a lot of these, and this one's not looking bad. XHLD 10 Holdings is a broadcasting company. It's sitting on that 20. It did run up over there, pulled back here. We'll have to look at it tomorrow. I just want to see it in action because look at it. I know today it was trying to run up 102 to 150. And, yeah, it does have the high as 150 right there. It's at 108 right now. So, I mean, it does not look bad. Little pullback look, yeah, but not terrible. So we want to keep an eye on that one as well. And this AGMH one, we have been looking at it. Had a little tiny pullback right here. It's right underneath of your support line in the basement, just kind of running around. And that's what they may do. They may just run around like this as the as the tariffs and everything, trying to work their way out and whatever's going to happen. So that's your AGMH. But another one, obviously, that just pulled back. Not sure what that's all about, but it does not look bad to me down there. So I will keep an eye on this in the morning. You have your 20 curling down a little bit, but if it can get moving up there, and I'm not sure because, again, that just dipped down, but I'm not so sure if that's going to dictate anything. So we will see what that's doing, AGMH. And how about ALLR right here? ALLR. That's a nice pullback and another one of them crazy looks, but does look like it wants to pull back a little bit more at that look. Let me see ALLR. Yeah, it does look like it's trying to pull back. I don't know if that's a bottom look right there. Again, just one of them weird looks, but I don't think it's bottomed out. And you can see these things pull back a little bit more. You have that room where it could even get into the basement at this point because it's a little bit crazy. And I know we have a pretty busy day tomorrow with like the Fed and stuff like that. So Powell, I think, speaking, and I know we've talked about it because Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez both posted the list, and I'm sure they'll do it again tonight, and I'll read what the meetings are for tomorrow and what time they are. But there are a couple Fed things going on. Is it employment or something? I forget, to be honest with you. But here we go, LAC. This one had pulled back, but look at this thing getting set up, guys. So we have to keep an eye on this the next few days. Oh, wow, what it do in the after hours there? It came down to 261, came back down to 270 right there. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I can't say that it looks terrible. It just had that pullback look to that 261 today, and it could pull back a little bit more as it's trying to set up. So watch and see if it can stay on this 256 right there, and if not, we will see a little extra pullback, and this market's going to be day to day. You guys know that, but let's just see what we're looking at because AIM was definitely trying to aim up there, and now it's aiming down a little bit. You see that 20 just pushed it down. It's on the MACD, so it's not terrible right here, but let me see. It just came out. It was in that channel really good, and it just pulled out. We'll see. It pulled back these 2 days. It could roll right back up and stay pretty safe for this one, so we'll see because they had all kinds of things going on, and you can see this chart's not too bad right there for AIM. I will look at that one. OCGN, we'll look at them all, but we'll make sure that we're taking a look at that. This OCGN pulled right back to that 20 like we were talking about. Now let's see if it can stay up here. It did look like it wants to. Let's see tomorrow. Look how it's pulling back. That should roll right off and get cruising, guys. So let's look at it. And again, we're waiting to see if it can break this trend right here, that line at 78. It could turn the entire chart back around and go into a bullish state instead of being bearish, which it's been for a little while. So we will keep an eye on OCGN. We have been. We had it down here. Watched it pull back. Watched it just run up here. Now it's in the channel. So let's see if it does what we thought it was going to do. And how about this Sun Nation one? This one is trying to get set up. Another one. Look at that thing trying to crawl off that bottom right there. SUNE. I know we were looking at this a few days ago, but look at that look. It looks like that was bottomed out at that 17 and jumped right back up to 26. So might want to keep an eye on SUNE right there as well, because that is not looking bad. And remember the other day I said it was looking bright and it was going to be sunny or something, and it ran right up there. Now it pulled back down and onto that support line, so, and on the bottom. So we'll keep an eye on that one, because that one could be getting sunny again. Tomorrow's being a Friday, who knows what they're going to do, to be honest, but we will look at them and just get a better idea. And I'll be looking at them tomorrow, and obviously the market, to get a good idea of what we're getting into. Because you have to know every day, especially right now. You really have to know, especially if you're trying to trade. You better know what's going on, because it's crazy. And BHAT was not looking bad yesterday, but look at it pull back today. And it run up a little bit this morning. I'm not sure. Let's see. BHAT. It did. 213 to 225. It's at 194 right now, so not terrible, but it did run up a little bit and then a little bit of pullback, and again looks a little healthy to me, so I can't say that BHAT looks terrible right there. And how about Icon? Just a recent reverse splitter right here, and that did it on April 1st. On what, Tuesday, wasn't it? Yeah, Tuesday. And let's see, April 1st, it did run right back up. It's trying to curl up right there, Icon. This is one that we had looked at before the reverse split. And yeah, I'll take a look at it. It's trying to. I'm not so sure it's ready just tomorrow, but it's definitely one to keep an eye on. And I'm just going to put like an RS next to it, so we know it was a recent one. And here's that TNFA right here. Let's look at it. TNF Pharmaceuticals, and this one had run up right here, and it did a little bit of a pullback, but not looking bad, just kind of flattened out. Look at it running up right there, 45 to 55. It got down to 39, like 36 almost, and now it's at 42 and a half. And it does look like it's trying to push back up. Look at it. I mean, I would say it's trying to. We'll have to look at that in the morning. And here's our economic calendar right here. At 8:30 a.m., it's the U.S. employment report. Employment and unemployment. Okay, so both of them. All right, so that's at 8:30, and then U.S. hourly wages and hourly wages year over year, 11:25. That's when Powell speaks, 11:25, and then at noon, the Fed Governor Michael Barr speaks, and at 12:45, just to, you know, you might as well just finish it off for the day and have the Fed Governor Christopher Waller speak. So there you go, and thank you. Yup, and you guys have the same. Luis Rodriguez also posted that, so appreciate both of you guys. And TNFA, there you go. We just went over it there, laptop travel, and I'll definitely go through all the ones on the list for you guys. And that's odd. It's all coming through on my. I was gonna say there, I didn't see anything on the feed on the StreamYard, and I see it all coming through on the Twitter. Just bizarre that it's like that, but whatever. We'll get to them all. You know that. We'll get to everything. Let me just plug in my phone here, and I can actually see everything because I forgot to put it in front of me. So yeah, now I know because everything's coming through there. And here we are, TNFA, and we just looked at that one. And again, it wasn't looking bad right there. And let's see. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it ran up right there. We have to look at this in the morning, but on this one, it's not looking too bad. So we'll look at a TNFA. It could keep that run up right there and be pretty good in the morning. Again, you 4 a.m.ers, I know Laptop Travel will be watching this bad boy early in the morning, so he'll be all over this if it's running up. I know that, and that is TNFA. And let's take a look at MBIO, another one we had looked at last night. Took a nice dip down here. I checked it out today. It ran up yesterday. Looked like it wanted to be a momentum play. Look at it, but pulled back, and it looks like a little healthy pullback right there. So keep an eye on this one as well. That Mustang Bio right there. It's a biotech company, but again, it started ripping up to that 20, just pulled back right there to that bottom. Not terrible, and does look like it wants to bounce back up. So the good old Mustang does look like it wants to go for a ride. So we'll see if it can get cruising right there for MBIO. And our Yang and our Yin. The Yang, remember we were talking about it, saying it looked pretty good to go up. It did jump up today. I don't know if it's going to stay up there, though. That's why I wanted to go over them. And it was running up yesterday, ran up a little bit today. I know that. I was watching it. And again, it does look like it's in that channel. It does not look terrible, but I'm not so sure it wants to. And we know it does run up and then pulls back down and all that good stuff. So let's just look at the Yin and see in comparison how that looks. And that one was pulling back, and this one does look like it wants to just hit the 50 and come back down. Look at this 20 coming down. So yeah, the Yin does not look great, I can't say, but might have a little run up tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow we'll have to keep an eye on these. But overall, the Yin looks like it wants to go down, and that's the China Bull, and the Yang looks like it wants to go up, which is obviously the bear. So we will keep our eye on them, and I do think it might be a good idea to keep our eye on some of these ETFs again. This is the time where they're the great ones. Because it's very volatile, choppy. The actual options cost a lot more. The ETFs you can get cheaper, and they get leveraged. So it might be a good time to really look at them. I think there's good times for them, good times for the options on the regular ones. Penny stocks, obviously, now. So yeah, just want to pivot to whatever's really working in the market and can really produce the best and most profitable and maximize it. Your most profitable gains right there. So that's what you have to look at. So the ETFs have not been bad. I've been checking them out, and obviously on the list, we don't go through them all because it would be insane. But on the stock list, that's why they're listed next there to let you know exactly which ones they are. And most of them are the bull ones, though. And right now, you kind of need the bear ones, like the SPUU, and then it's SPDN, and that is the bear one. But there is another bear one. But look at that thing; that looks like it's going up. But again, these things do run up, and this one's only leveraged one time. But hey, it's not bad. It did gap up a little bit today, and you can get some movement. So again, just keep an eye on the ETF side of the list as well, and don't abandon them. I just don't go over them every night because, again, it would be a lot, but they are there for that reason, because sometimes you need to turn to the ETFs and then rock and roll with them for a little bit and then come back to the other ones. So again, we just do that little pivot. So I just wanted to mention that so nobody forgot about them, and I didn't forget about them. I just, like I said, if you know that the SPY or Apple's going up, you kind of know APPU is going to be moving up. If it's going, or what is it? AAPU. I'm sorry. I was going to say, if that's the bull one. So yeah, obviously it's going down, but I'm just saying if Apple's clearly going down, so the bull one's coming down, and then you do have AAPD right there, which is the bear. So I did put a bull and a bear, and look at that. So that one popped up. So you do have that option as well. Just wanted to point it out. I just kind of thought of it again. And the SPXS is the 3-time bear on the SPY. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel. SPXS, I was trying to think of it and I couldn't, but there you go. That's the 3 times bear. Look at that. That thing was up 14%, just $1 today, and it was nice. So yeah, it looks like it could very well possibly. Now again, you got to watch it. Look at it hitting these resistant lines, but looking really strong. But you just never know in this market. they're going to keep it and where they want it, and they know what they have to do. So you have to think like them as well. And that's why we'll go through everything. But just wanted to give you guys that opportunity because I was just thinking about it before I forgot to mention it, and we'll jump right back in because we were doing the yin and the yang. That's why I thought of it. And yeah, that's exactly why, because they're good ones right there. So remember the ETFs there. Don't abandon them. We just don't do them every night. And obviously, if you want to look at one in particular, we can. But you kind of know just looking. If we go through Tesla, you're gonna know if the Tesla's bear or bullish. I mean, it's pretty easy with that. And then the ETFs are going to be accordingly running that way. And there you go with that. TRNR. Remember this thing, Interactive Strength. It seemed like it got some strength today, and it looked like it was trying to. We'll see if it can curl through. If it can, we think it can run up, but that 20's coming down right there, and I'm not so sure. I just popped it on because I noticed it today, and look at it, had a little strength right there. Ran up to 112 and closed at 109. Maybe it only runs up a little bit more to the 120 area, but again, I just want to see if it can get through that MACD. Look how strong it looks. I'm not so sure though, obviously in this market, and we know that pattern, so I just put it on there for one to keep an eye on, and we'll see. I just kind of wanted to watch it myself and didn't want to forget about it. This one's looking really good, guys. LRHC right here. Look at this guy. And look at that. It took a little while to get set back up. Remember, I told you it would, and you're going to see this one try to get popping. Look at it. It was at 19 today, just kind of jumping around the 20. Nothing real crazy, but I did mention it. Look at that curl up right there. It gets over there. It's going to run back up into the 26s, and it does look good. And lately, they've been trying to pop up there, so keep an eye on this bad boy, LRHC. I know we've watched this for a while, and it obviously wanted to curl through multiple times. It ran up a little bit. That was back then. We weren't really looking at it back then. It ran up back here, I think, whenever it was. And could have been up here maybe. I don't really remember. And it did look set up a few times, obviously. And then now it's looking much, much better. And it had to run its course. We knew that it got beat down by the market that one time. Right when they were crossing through, this one kind of lagged behind. But now it's getting set up nice. So that's one to keep an eye on for tomorrow, guys. LRHC, and that's been on the list there for a little while. So they do get set up, and we do track them down and find the best opportunity you can on them. And then you have to run them up real quick and trade them smart, because you know where they're going to go right after that. AKBA, this is a drug manufacturer, it says, and this one looks like it's pulling back right there. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's pulling back. They look like they had news right there. Announces positive opinion of European Medicines Agency for something on an oral therapy for chronic kidney disease. So that's interesting. And sounds like they have pretty good news. I would just watch it try to pull back. It looks like it wants to pull back a little bit more before it gets set up. So that's what it appears like to me, AKBA. Off of that news. And TBH Bragg House, what's that? That's an electronic gaming and multimedia one. Look at this thing. This is pretty new right here. TBH USA company, and it opened up March 6th. I don't even know if we ever heard of this thing, but it opened up at the top, came down to the bottom, and now it's just running on that line, but it hasn't been running very long, so you can't get a good idea. I mean, I'd have to look at it, but look at it. I'd have to look at it tomorrow to see if it wants to run, but check out today. It did 66 to 102, and it came back to 72, so it did run up there. You can see it to 102 right there, so it is giving you some good pricing, unless it did it during the daytime probably, but also it's not looking bad. It's, like I said, we'd have to look at it just to see. There's not a lot of data, that's why. And you know I like to see a lot more than that, so I'd have to really look at it, why it's kind of moving. I could get a better idea. And that is TBH right there. And let's look at QTBB, or QTTB. Let me say it right. Q32 Bio. That looks like it could have been bottomed out and rolling off that MACD to run up there. Let's look at that. Yeah, keep your eye on this, guys, tomorrow. Look at that run up right there. I mean, that 20 and 50 are right there, but it has some room. It has a good 30 cents to move. And I think you should keep an eye on QTTB. So whoever sent that in, looking good there. And your SQQQ, and that's your Ultra Pro short right there. And obviously you were running up today with it. So SQQQ, and it does look like it's pretty bullish. It looks like it almost wants to get into the top, and that is the short. So could be running up and the SPY running down right there, because that's what that one looks like at that moment. And you know that that's how they're running. And here you go. The SPXS was on there. I think it was on there last night, possibly. I'm almost positive I popped it on there last night. I don't remember if someone asked about. Yeah, it was like at the very top. Both of these were the SQQQ and the SPXS. I did have them on last night, so they were on the list last night. We went over them, so there you go. You knew about them yesterday. And, yeah, look at that curl up hitting that resistance, and we were talking about it. So there you go, and it could easily get through that and cruise right along there. So I would keep an eye on them. And HIMS right here was pulling back pretty well, and looks like it's going to pull back a little bit more. So HIMS had looked good, and now HIMS isn't looking great. HIMS and hers, and you can see it. Look at it, kind of pulling back right there. It was pulling back right here. I saw it earlier. A little flattened out in the after hours, but it was down like $3. And could be pulling back some more for HIMS and ARM right here. Good old ARM Holdings. This is a semiconductor one. Some of these aren't looking bad. This one is pulling back down into that basement right there. So we'll look at it right here. And yeah, this one could have a little more of a dip on it. And like I said, get down into the basement. But not all of them are looking terrible. TTD obviously took a big old dip down there. You're probably going to see it come down to that 45 right now and go in the basement, I'm assuming. So yeah, TTD. But then again, it looks like it's going to come down and try to roll off because it's over. But that down there could be at that 45. So you could see a good dip on TTD. And LMT right here, Lockheed Martin. Look at that thing up, and this thing trying to curl through. I'm not sure, but it is in a great spot right there. It caught my attention today. I know that. I was looking at it like, wow, look at that thing. I guess they got a contract or something, because look at this thing trying to curl up right here, and it's not looking terrible, but I'm not so sure it's going to curl through. Look at that 20 and 50 coming down. It's underneath of it, and I will take a look at it in the morning. Let's see. It says they ascend while the market falls. I'm not sure because they got a bunch of stuff. Oh, Boeing. Oh, Boeing won another contract. It says Boeing wins a $134 million contract to support South Korea's P-8A jet program. So that can't really be good for Lockheed Martin. It seems like Boeing's winning a lot of these, a whole lot of these bad boys. Boeing stock upgraded after beating Lockheed Martin for jet deal. Yeah, Lockheed Martin seems to be losing a lot of these deals to Boeing, huh? Let's just look at Boeing. I know we look at it later, but what the hell happened? Boeing won the deal. Look at it. It's down big time. Lockheed Martin lost the deal, and it's up. Does that make any sense to anybody right there? Because look at that thing. That looks like it could curl through. I don't know if it will. But, I mean, Boeing got destroyed right there. It looks like their jet blew up completely. So, we'll watch Boeing down there, and we'll go through it again later on. But just interesting to see that. And I was expecting, I knew it might have pulled back, but holy cow, I guess that making that contract does not matter at all, because the tariffs definitely wiped that out. And yeah, they won a $134 million contract, and no one seems to care. I mean, it meant nothing to anybody. So who cares? Boeing way down, and we'll watch the bottom, that's for sure, and we'll catch it on the way back up. As you know, they're going to go back up. They just won like billions in dollars of contracts from Lockheed Martin. They stole that one, and then they just took this one. So I don't know who's doing the bidding over at Lockheed Martin, but they might want to find somebody else, because they can't seem to beat Boeing in anything right now, and Boeing can't seem to make anything. They couldn't even go and go rescue the astronauts because their shit was falling apart. Everything they make falls apart. So what the hell is going on here? It's kind of It makes you worry, huh? But anyway, let's get back to our charts because that's what we're worried about at the moment, and we won't worry about Boeing as much. And TCRT, this was definitely on the list last night, and it did pop up big time. Look at that. And I know someone played it because they had posted about it. I honestly didn't remember. I went back and looked at the list, and it certainly was marked up there. And it popped up really good, 275 to 481, and it closed at 459, and not looking bad right there. So keep an eye on it. Look at it, still in the top. You could have a little momentum left in it, so keep an eye on that. And then NITO is like N2 off or something like that. I gotta see. N2 off. Look at that one. Naito right here. I know we looked at it. Not that recent, but we've looked at it pretty recently. And this one is just kind of bouncing around. Yesterday was an interesting day for it. NITO. Where'd you go? NITO. I don't even see it on here. What happened? Oh, this thing's taking its time. Hold on. Let me see if the SPY will work. No, it won't. Let me open up. Let me close this one out and open up a new one then. Here we go. Give me 1 second and see if that works. And there we go. That'll work. Sometimes it just needs a little recharge. Naito, look at that. Now it's there, and now it's working. Here we are, NITO. And yeah, that is N2 off right there. And it doesn't look like it's exactly going to pop. Interesting look down here, but I'd have to look at it. It doesn't give me that look that it's like ready to just pop off out of nowhere. LHSW, brand new. China one ran up today, 530 to 818. And let's see, it's at 429. And obviously, we're looking at that tomorrow if you want to be able to see if it's doing anything, because what are you going to be able to tell off of that chart? And WCT right here, Well Change Holdings. And is this that one that like a ton of people were posting about? And it does look good. I know it ran up in the after hours because I was looking at it since a bunch of people were looking at it. And yeah, I think you might have to look at this thing. I can see why. It's at 33 cents, 15 to 35. It's in the 33s, and it does look like it wants to run up into the 50s. So I have to say, WCT, and what was the volume on that? Because a lot of people were posting about it. 19 million, and look where that's coming from, guys. Hong Kong. So Hong Kong is hot right now. And yeah, so there you go. I don't know. Did we look at it last night? We went through some Hong Kong charts. I don't remember. I don't see it on there, but we did go through some. And there is WCT. Keep an eye on that. And BGI, Berks Group. That's a luxury group company or luxury goods. And it's just kind of running. It was trying to run up there. It doesn't. It looks like it lost its steam a little bit, huh? Yeah, it ran up the other day. You're going to have some pullback on this bad boy. And you'll have to see if it wants to roll back off the MACD. They generally do, but we'll have to make sure. And let me see what this is. I think this is going to be an OTC right here. Let me see what they say about this. I'm not sure. That is London Mining Corp, and it looks like that's pulling back right there, and it does look like it could pull back some more, and that's at $8 or $7.50 right now. It opened at $8, and yeah, there you go, an OTC, or that's $8, and it does look like it's pulling back at the moment, and that is LUNMF and PACB, Pacific Biosciences. This one's getting set up. It's just not ready just yet, but you can see it'll bounce around a little bit here and there as it sets up to get into that 20, curling up a little bit. That's one to keep an eye on. It's going to try to roll up a little bit right there, and that is PACB, so not looking bad for you. And CMBB, let's see what CMBB, or what am I saying? CMMB, I'm sorry. It's CMMB. If I could read, it would help. Chemomab Therapeutics, and I'm not sure what these guys are up to, but it was trying to curl up, and look, you got that flat look. You'll probably pull back right there. Just knowing the patterns that we know, that's what it generally likes to do at this moment. So we'll see if it can curl up, but I would assume it's going to curl down and pull back a little bit, and that or WLGS. That's Wang and Lee. Here we go. Good old Wang and Lee. I like this one. And you remember last night what we were talking about? Wang and Lee popped up last night. I know it did. And it started to move today, and you might want to keep a good eye on Wang and Lee. Opened at 24, got to 29. It's at 27, and I do like good old Wang and Lee stock right there because it's looking pretty healthy, and they're curling up, and they are a Hong Kong one, and we already know what likes to happen with Hong Kong right now. I mean, these things are getting wild, and it'd be really cool if good old Mr. Wang and his league went wild right now during the Hong Kong phase. So let's see what they want to do. Good old WLGS for Wang and Lee. So yeah, we'll see what Wang and Lee are up to. I know we looked at it before, and it was on the list, and I'm glad we looked at it last night because, again, we looked at a bunch of Hong Kong ones, and I remember talking about that. Yeah, WLGS, Wang and Lee. I see it right there. ATPC, this A-Gape. I know we looked at this before. This one does have them crazy run-ups as well, and it did it today as that 50 was meeting that, or the 20 was meeting the 50 rather. And let's see what happened. Yeah, it did 129 to 216, and it came back to 126. So generally, when they do that, they do not like to run the next day, so you'd have to look at it. And the UVXY went nutty today. That's another ETF. We do know about that one, and look at that guy jumping up, and that's the short-term futures. So there you go. That was a good one, up like $8, up 30-something%. Look at that bad boy. That was a beauty. And, yeah, UVXY, so that was very nice, and it does look like it could continue its way up there. Look at it bouncing up with some momentum, so definitely keep an eye on that. Definitely a good one for a momentum play, especially if the market is going down. And how about TARF? I didn't even know what that was when I was writing it down. I have no idea what that was supposed to be. Let me see if it's over here. I was like, is this a tariff? Am I supposed to look at the tariffs and tell us what we're supposed to do? I'm not sure what that was, but if anybody knows, just let me know and I'll look at it. But yeah, TARF. I definitely didn't see it, and I wrote it down, and I just said, I don't know. We'll see what happens. CXAI, if I could see it right. It was down a little. Looks like it ran up in the after hours. I guess it's bouncing off that bottom line right there. And there you go. I would say so. 82 to 144. What do I have it at? 129. So they're still off a little bit, but we'll give them. They got the pre-market down. We'll have to give them a little time to get the whole thing right. But anyway, it's looking much better. And for those that don't know, that Finviz did change the charting time, so that does help us. But it looks like the after hours pricing isn't running exactly with the charting, so we'll have to see what's up with that. But anyway, CXAI, there you go. That's a popper, and that's how you know, because look at it. It popped. Remember I was saying it looks like it could pop right off that bottom, and then you look over and it probably did, and it certainly did, and definitely want to keep your eye on in the morning for a momentum play. So I would say that is going to be pretty solid there, at least with that look. And so, yeah, keep an eye on that one early in the morning. And, again, some of these just run at like 4 a.m. and then they flatten out. And they have been running back up sometimes during the daytime. It's not every one of them all the time, but some of them have been. So there are them opportunities. And but 4 a.m. on penny stocks is insane. And SGMO right here, let's take a look. It looks like it ran up in the after hours as well. And again, I wouldn't have known, but I looked over there and saw it. But I do know there, and it is in that channel. Look at that hard curl up right there, looking pretty wild. And I don't know if it's going to get through, to be honest with you. So we'll definitely have to take a look at it. It's a biotech in the U.S. Today, they announced capsid license agreement with Lilly to deliver genomic, I don't even know, I can't read, medicines for diseases of central nervous system. So that could be pretty good, I would say. And yeah, it did run up right there. And we'll have to see again. It's hitting that line. I'm not exactly sure it wants to get through. And you know, people do sell the news. So check it out and lock in those profits, because you can't tell what's day to day at this moment. And BNZI, this one we had looked at recently, ran up there, pulling back, probably going to try to roll off that MACD. It's not ready just at the moment, but I think it will get ready. Look at it, and we do know that pattern, so that's probably going to fit the pattern right there. And GROV, good old Grove Collaborative Holdings, and that thing looks like it's setting up, guys. Take a look at this bad boy. Good old GROV. Oh, wow, look at that guy. That looks pretty good to try to run up, at least get there. 154 from 138. That's pretty good right now. And it does look like it's trying to set back up to get moving. So I'll keep an eye on GROV right there, see what it wants to do. And how about our buddy Rime? We haven't looked at it in a few days here. It was up today. And look at that. Another one trying to get up onto that 20. If it does it, we will definitely be ready to be cruising right there. So I think Rime could be an interesting one right here. Look at it. I would say so. It's trying to curl up. Look at that. I would say Rime is trying to get moving. Somebody posted it in earlier and said, does it want to get moving? And I didn't even look at it. I just said, well, we'll wait for it to show. And I would have to say it does have that look, guys. So RIME, watch it to get into this channel. We've seen it do it before and pull back, but that's a nice little curl up right there. So I would take a look at that in the morning as well. And it does say it's even up in the after hours right there, so that's nice. And here we go. That is RIME, and that is that part of the list. We'll run through our laptop travel list real quick and our Joey's Jams, and then we'll come back and see what you guys want to hear, or what you guys want to hear, what you guys want to see right here, and then we'll take a look at everything else going on. So here we are. Defense stocks were performing very well, relatively speaking. Lockheed Martin shares added 0.5%. Northrop Grumman added 0.6%, while General Dynamic and L3 Harris Technology shares fell 2.4 and 0.9. And those four build their products in America and sell primarily to the U.S. government. So, yeah, it's kind of odd right there. You can't really tell what the hell's going on, guys. So it is one of them things that you got to be careful with for sure, but we do take the market and try to dissect it as best as you can, especially in a time like this, and just you have to take it day by day for sure. And that's exactly what we've been doing. It was definitely a red day. We'll get to our SPY and big caps right there. And even Bitcoin, it wasn't looking, or crypto wasn't looking terrible. I know it was down a little bit, but not terrible. Bitcoin at 82,906. Sol was at 115 right now. Ethereum is at 1,811. Ripple's at 205 right now. HBAR's at 16 cents. Cardano's at 64. And I think we just got them all real quick right there. So, yeah, I would say I'll look at them real fast. We'll just look at them before our laptop travel list, just because I just talked about them. And here we go. Let's look at our Bitcoin right there. And, yeah, it's just kind of hovering around. It does look like it could pull back, but look at it. It looks like it might pull it back. It could change right back around as well. So it did look good the other day. Obviously not looking the best at the moment, but we know these things have been moving around like crazy, and I don't think they really want to actually crash them down at any point. So look at this thing. This is Ethereum just sitting there. It has that look, but I think they want to try to keep it rolling up there more than coming down. And again, we'll have to keep an eye on these things for sure. Solana right here. Now this one did look like it was pulling back. Look at it. It did come down. So maybe Solana's showing us something that the other ones will pull back. I'm not exactly sure, but that is a good price down here, 115. That's pretty cheap for Sol. So we will be watching that absolutely, and making sure that it doesn't want to dip down anymore, but also if you want to get in it at a good pricing where it's at, make sure it's at bottom price. And Ripple right here, another one, just has that little pullback. Maybe that was the bottom right there at that 195. We'll have to see. It could pull back a little bit more, to be honest with you. So we'll have to take a look at Ripple, see exactly what it wants to do. And let's look at ADA, good old Cardano, and see what it's doing right now. Yeah, I mean, that's not exactly the bottom look, but it could be. And again, these things could dip down a little further. So we'll only know in about a day or so because crypto moves pretty fast and we keep an eye on it and we'll know. But everything just got kind of clobbered. It says global stock rout extends as investors cut risk. This long Trump has this long to negotiate on tariffs or risk serious damage to stocks and the economy. I agree. And Wall Street ends with heavy losses on fears Trump tariffs will trigger a recession. And Trump opens to phenomenal tariff deals. Says rollout going very well. Yeah, that's what he said. That was great. And Dow futures fall after tariffs push market to biggest losses since 2020, which I'm assuming was obviously COVID back then, huh? That was 5 years ago. And we definitely refinanced a whole lot of debt and borrowed against a lot of debt and all that great shit. So yeah, that's what's killing the country right there. The idiots that were trying to close the country and give away the country. So now it's got to get fixed, and you got to have some pullback to do it. It's all right with me. I'm not really concerned that bad. I think they have it under control, and we can play the opportunities every day and still win. So we'll be totally fine, and we'll keep on cruising. And Laptop Travel just said SEC acknowledges Fidelity's Solana ETF filing on April 3rd. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission officially acknowledged Fidelity's filing for a spot Solana ETF under that rule. And this acknowledgement marks a significant move probably for Solana. That's a pretty big deal. It obviously went down, but sometimes they dip and then they get ripping real good. You get and again, you guys know these guys love to get them bottom prices, so they do get manipulated down sometimes so that they can load the whales up. The whales can load up and get a little crazy, so you could be seeing that situation as well. Every time they come down like this, they always go up to their highs, and people always say, I should have loaded up. I load up. I don't know about you guys, but I just kind of load up when everybody's in a panic and things look like that right here. I kind of like it. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Looks like a lot of cool opportunities to me. I don't know about everybody else, but I love it. So, we love to find these bottoms, run them up, and get in and out of them. So let's do it. Obviously, you're not going to be perfect, but you just trade, you lock them in, trade one at a time, and cruise right along. Even like I said, Logic Mark pulled back a little bit. It is way oversold. It's right there. I don't look at much of that stuff, but the chart looks good to me, and that's all that matters. So there you go, and we'll go through our Laptop Travel list. And $3 trillion lost in one day. Not since Captain Edward Smith of the Titanic has one person caused so much damage in a single stroke of ego, arrogance, and stupidity. So there you go, Laptop Travel. And again, he's got to. Somebody's got to do something about it, and it is a negotiation tactic for sure. Obviously, he's using it so that he can put that out there on the table, try to get things our way and not get taken advantage of as much. And you got to start somewhere, and you better start at the very top, so you can walk yourself down a little bit, because you're not walking back up. That never happens in negotiations. You're always walking it down. So you better start at the top of the mountain so you can meet somewhere in the middle. So, that's what has to happen sometimes. And unfortunately, it's going on. And like I said, we'll just attack the market and just pivot around it and find the poppers. So here we go, because Laptop Travels list, and I know the first one, AIMD, is looking great. It was on the list last night, and I looked at it today already, and it looked great already. I already had it on the list, and he had it on his list again. So here we are, and let's look and see what that list is up to real quick. Let's get cruising. AIMD, our Laptop Travel list, and look at this bad boy curling up, looking good right there. It was up a little bit, and again, will it run 100%? I'm not so sure, but it will run. Look at that guy. Whoa, 49 to 55 right there, and it's closed at 55. Yeah, it was up, and it is looking pretty healthy right there. 20s right there, 58. Maybe it only runs up there till tomorrow, but again, it's a Friday, and that one could be an easy couple easy little trade right there. So one to keep an eye on, that's for sure. And again, red market, you're looking for easy ones that you can just run in and out of, and that could be one of them. So keep an eye on that. AEI right here, that's something AI set maybe, or is it Al set? I can't even tell what letter that is. That one looks like it could have been pulling back here. I did not look at this one, but that does look like it's pulling back a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on that one. And ASST, I think this one was looking good. Yeah, this one's trying to get set back up. I was looking at that as well. It was on the list from yesterday. ASST, and look at it in the channel. Remember these Pac-Man looks, and then they pop up. So look at that curl up right there, guys. It looks like it wants another assist to go for an alley-oop again, and it did once before for us, and I remember saying that, so that's why I used it again. And there you go for your ASST and BBLG. Let's see, Bone Biologics. This one ran up today, but it looks like it's pulling back 86 to 107, and it's at 77. It said BBLG. There you go. And I mean, yeah, they still got to get the after hours right, huh? Because you can't really tell. I'll have to get them the after hours for that, but the pre-market was running right, and I'm sure they're trying to figure out the bugs. Today was the first day, so they might notice and say, hey, we got to get that right, and that's perfectly cool with me. So yeah, hopefully they address that situation, but they are trying to get it all fixed, and they rolled it out today, so that's fine. I'm sure they'll get it right. But yeah, you can see it's down 7 cents. Doesn't really show you right there, and but that's all right. We got it here. Ran up, pulled back. We'll have to look at that. BBLG and BWEN. That one was running up. This one's another good one to keep an eye on right here. BWEN. Look at this thing. It was running up yesterday in the after hours and trying to run up today, 150 to 156. It looks like it did have some pullback in the after hours. And yeah, that one's not really all over there too, but that's okay. And yeah, that one maybe just staying in that channel. Nothing real crazy right there. Let's see, BWEN and CNET right here, CNET. That one looks pretty good. Look at that, up 11, down a little bit in the after hours. I'll see here. That looks pretty good, I must say, 141 to 158. And it's at 157. You might want to keep an eye on CNET there. And EDUC, let's see. That one looks like it's going to try to curl off of that MACD. I'll just run through them on here because I get a good look. And EHGO, and most of these are in that channel right there, because look at that one. That one looks really good, and I can already tell what it's going to look like right here. EHGO, let me see. Oh, I thought the support line was going to be running right under. It's running right above it for some odd reason. What's it running off of that? Okay. Well, it could have another one right there because you can see it. Boom. Well, it would be like right. No, it wouldn't even have it right there. It would cut it up too much. So this one does look pretty good to run up, I would say. And it's right there. I mean, that's a tight little channel right there for EHGO. And look at this thing. It runs up a lot right there, 98 to 104. It has some nice little movement on it. So keep an eye on EHGO and ENFY. That's getting to be in a pretty good spot right there. ENFY. Yeah, look at that thing, guys. You want to keep an eye on that one as well. ENFY looking good. GAOX. Oh, let me see. What did I type in? GAOX. No match for that. Huh. What did I write down? Is it written backwards? Because I'm not even familiar with that one. I see GoTo. What is it? GOAX? No, I'm not sure what I was supposed to write down. Laptop travel for that one. But KTTA, we know that one. And look where that one's at, guys. That one's looking pretty good if it didn't pop already. I didn't look over. 118 to 129. It's at 127. What did it say? 120. Yeah, that one's, it says it pulled back. It looks good to me right there. So definitely keep an eye on that KTTA. We're familiar with that. MEGL, I know we looked at yesterday, and it was not looking bad. It pulled back 7 cents right there. And let's see what it looked like right here in the after hours. MEGL, it's in that channel. It did run up yesterday in the after hours. It didn't keep the momentum. It pulled back in the red market. Doesn't look terrible, though, so not bad. MGDL, let me type it in here. MGDL. Oh man, that one don't come up. What am I doing here? MGDL, let me see. That's another one. MGDL. No, I'm not sure what that one's supposed to be. I'm not sure if I wrote them down wrong or what's going on. But NCL is definitely one. And look at this thing. That's curling up really good. NCL. Oh, let me get rid of that. NCL. Yeah, look at that guy. That ran up a little bit today. 19.5 to 22. It's at 21. Not looking too bad right there. And NCPL, we do know that. And that Capital, that was running up. Looks like it might be pulling back a little bit right there. Oh, man, what did I just do? I just exited out of something or did something. Hold on. Oh, well, I just did something even crazier. Jeez Louise. Hold on. What a pain. Ay, ay, ay. Come on. Oh, man. All right, there we go. What are we doing? NCPL, is that what I was doing here? NCPL, here we go. And that one, just in that channel, nothing real crazy right there. We'll keep an eye. I'll just run through them on here, actually, because they're mostly in that channel. And there are a bunch of them, PODC. And let's see. That one doesn't look too bad. Could keep running up. SGD right there. That's not looking bad either. I'll look at that. It looks like it might reverse split coming up. SGD. I might have to look at that, but it could be reverse splitting soon. It says it over there. I'm not sure if that's right, but it says a split or something. I don't know what that is, but something might be going on. So that one might be a good one to keep an eye on right there. SGD, SGRP. Let's see. That one's just pulling back. Could get rolling off. And Swag right here. Ran up yesterday. Just a little pullback right there. Nothing too crazy. SYPR. And that one is not looking too bad. I mean, 165, it did pull back and ran back up. SYPR. Well, let me see. SYPR. Yeah, it's not looking bad right there, just in that channel. So, not a bad look. And let's keep on cruising right here. SXTP, that's at 60 Degrees Pharmaceuticals. We were looking at that, and that's not looking bad right there. SXTP. Yeah, it's not looking bad. It's just been curling right there, a big old curl up. So I'd have to look at that tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And TENX, that took a dip. That looks like it might be pulling back. TRSG. And that one is just in that channel, maybe setting up. We'd have to look at it, see if it's going to stay up there. UONEK. I know that's Urban One. That's it. And that looks like it could be pulling back to roll off of there. And WORX, is that what it was? Yeah, Works. And that's right there. Let me see that one. WORX right here. And yeah, it tried to jump up in that channel. We'll have to see if it can stay up there. And let's look at ZENV. And that one is pulling back right there. So that one looks like it's going to be pulling back. And ZOZ. And that one we've been looking at, actually, and trying to get set up here. I'd kind of keep an eye on that one, ZOZ, and see if it wants to. Ran up a little today, 188 to 2. And, yeah, we'll have to look at it tomorrow just to see if it's staying in that channel after that run-up. Who the heck knows? Has that kind of weird look trying to set up. We'll have to look at that tomorrow. And there you go at your laptop travel list right there. We'll do our Jolie's Jams right here. Agrify. Pulling back. I mean, this one was in a good spot, but we're going to keep an eye on this thing because obviously they were pulling back and everything's a little crazy from today. But watch this thing. I think it gets set up relatively soon. Agrify. So we're keeping an eye on that. Blink was looking good yesterday, but it pulled back today. I actually saw that. BLNK, Blink charging. That does look like it's pulling back a little bit. And how about Sezzle? That came down a little bit. This one could be a really good one. Remember, it split not long ago, get that price down, and now it's pulling back, and maybe it comes underneath of that support line. It'll be a good opportunity right there because this one's run up pretty big before. And I'm sure we'll try to do it again. Good old Sezzle. And what the heck do they do? I forget. Credit services. So there you go with SEZL. That one will be a good one. And Sterling's a construction company. and it was trying to set up right there, and another one pulled back and looks like it's actually curling through. Let's see. Yeah, that one definitely pulled back right there. And Rivian, that was down today. I know that came back into that channel, and it looks like it's going to try again. These things I think are going to keep that pattern where they get rolled off again. So we'll have to see if they cross through coming down after what just happened with the tariffs and all. But I think they're going to have to roll them back up to keep things stable. Symbotic, look at that one coming down way good dip right there. And we'll definitely keep an eye on Symbotic because that'll be another really good opportunity. So, yeah, these are just called great opportunities to me, I look at. And there's your Jolie's Jams. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel, Asian Jolie. We'll run through our SPY and big caps, and then we'll go through and see what else we missed. And, is the screen stuck on NCPL? Damn, hold on. Damn it. Yes, it is. How do I fix? Didn't I fix that before? Hold on. Thank you, Marty. I appreciate you telling me that because I was not even paying attention. Was just cruising through. Let me see if I can fix that. I think I did it before one time. I don't know how the hell I did it. Hold on. Let me remove that and then add it back. Not like that. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if, boom, let me take a look and see if anything, hold on, guys, hold on a second. Man, why this thing's got to get messed up here? Let me remove that, keep this there, and then if I guess if I I don't even know if I X'd out of this and brought it back up. Maybe I'll do that. Hold on. Let me just X out of a few of these because, and then see if it'll bring it back. No, it's still stuck on NCPL. I don't know what the heck to do. Shoot. What the hell? What did I do last time? Well, I forget what it got stuck, if it was the screen or if it was the voice, and I did it. Hold on. Let me try to figure this out. If not, I'll have to, do the SPY and the big caps for you because we just got through, and that was NCPL. Man, I was like halfway through his list and I was just cruising along there, and you guys missed the whole thing, huh? Jeez Louise, hold on a second. Let me see what's going on here. No, that's moving now. Hold on, let me see. Oh, there we go. We're good. Is it working now? Boom. There we go. I don't know what the heck happened. You know what? I know what happened, guys. I know exactly what happened. You remember when the screen started getting messed up and I X'd out and put the other one in? It was still stuck on this one, and I opened up an entire new one, and that was the window it was following. That's what happened. It wasn't stuck. I just opened up a different window, I think, and that's what happened to us. My bad, guys. Anyway, I went through all the Laptop Travel ones. I won't do them again. They were all pretty not looking bad in the channel, setting up. I didn't really mark any out at the end right there. Couple good ones at AIMD, the ASST, CNET, and ENFY, KTTA. And yeah, the other ones you probably heard me saying them, but didn't see it, so my bad. That was my fault because when the screen started getting messed up and I said, oh, damn, and I closed out that one, it was just stuck on this one, and I wasn't paying attention. So thank you, Marty, for that heads up because I was definitely not paying attention there. And yeah, NCPL. So we're good now. It's definitely working. It didn't get stuck. It was just I didn't know what the heck was going on there. So, all right, let's get back to this. We did our Joey's Jams, too. I did them. You heard it, but you didn't see it, and I ran through it. And Agrify was pulling back. Sezzle, like I said, Sterling was pulling back. I think Symbotic's going to be a really good opportunity. Look at that dip right there, guys. So there you go. And we'll run through them in the morning, and I'll look at them other guys, the Laptop Travelers. You guys heard me go through them. You just didn't see it, so my apologies for that. And but thank you for the heads up there, Marty, and I'm sure a bunch of you were probably saying it. I was just in the zone there, not paying attention to anything. But let's look at our beautiful SPY today and our big caps and our Mag 7. Look at that SPY down $27. Holy cow. And I would say it took a nice dip down there. and it could continue to fall because you can see it fell right through the support line at about 543. That was a pretty good number right there that you wanted to hold it at, and it had no problem going down, and there's not a whole lot of support down there, so it does look like it's coming back down, guys, and most of them do look like they might pull back a little bit more. Apple, look at it, way down there under the support, hitting the bottom. These could go into the basement and then have to get set back up. And Amazon right here, way down like that, and again might have to set back up to run back up again. And Google is pulling back. Google had looked good, and then look at today, it got destroyed and it's curling back down. And Meta went down like $52. Remember, it was setting up there, and then obviously this tariff thing did not like Meta, and I thought it was getting set up until the tariffs hit. And Meta, I mean, could get destroyed coming down here into the basement. So obviously we're going to keep an eye on that one. It might be a great one to short down some more. Look at it, and down $52 is pretty good today. And Microsoft, that one actually came down like $9. Didn't even come down as low as the other day. Look at that thing. So we'll see if it wants to pull back some more right there for Microsoft, MSFT. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it does look like, I mean, it's trying to push itself back up. It's interesting, just like Intel was. So we'll look at Microsoft and all these guys in the morning as they open up at 7 a.m. And the video right here was down $8. And that one appears to be coming back down to that 98. So that looks like it's dipping down some more. And our Tesla, that pulled back, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, this thing's a beast, guys. So, oh, is it still? It's not still on there, is it? Let me know if the thing's still stuck on there. Is it still stuck on NCPL? Let me know real quick, somebody. Because Barbara just said it was stuck on NCPL, and I was hoping that it wasn't. And it looks like it was good on my thing right now. So it was definitely stuck on there, and I thought we got it fixed because I thought I was doing the wrong screen. So just let me know. And again, I don't know what's going on here because it's not coming up on the StreamYard, all the notifications. So just somebody give me a quick heads up if we actually fixed it, because I'm not even sure. Actually, you know what I do? I can probably hop on my Twitter. I didn't even think about it. Let me look on here real quick and I'll be able to tell us. I should be able to see it right here. Hold on. I think. Yeah, let me look. Hold on. No, there's Tesla on there. All right, we're good now. But Barbara, yes, it was definitely stuck on there. Hold on. Is Tesla not moving around? Tesla, let's see. And that should be Microsoft. What the? Oh, okay. It has a little lag time. All right, we're good. Perfect. All right, we're back in business. We are good. Tesla, Microsoft. I just went back and forth, and it was good. All right, so yeah, what happened was the thing got messed up. I X'd out of the TrendSpider, and then I just opened up a brand new window like an idiot, and it was stuck on the other window. That's what it was, and we happened to stop on NCPL. So yeah, that was the laptop travel list. And if you did just see, I got stuck. I went through them. I was talking about them. They're all just in the channel. I'll go through them again tomorrow. Joey's Jams I went through. We're going to definitely look at some of them pulling back. And a lot of the market is pulling back. And now we're back at Tesla right here. TSLA. And again, this thing's a beast. Look at it. It like opened and closed at the same price today. $268. And that's where it closed. It ran up and just came down a little bit. And the rest of the market got slaughtered. So Tesla not looking bad right here. I could see it trying to roll up a little bit and then really get cruising. So keep your eye on Tesla, that's for sure. It was a monster today, trying to hold itself up. AMC was pulling back, got into the basement. GameStop pulling back, was going down. And Chewy right here, that one was trying to set up. Look at this thing right here. Good old Chewy. It was running around 32.40 to 34.06, and it closed at 33.50. Again, it's not looking bad, and it's trying to get set up. One to keep an eye on. I don't know what the heck they have going on right there, but it's not looking bad. And yeah, I was just seeing if they quarter ends with something, but there we go. Let's see. Good old Chewy right there. So yeah, that one actually is looking good. Not stuck, thank you. And now all of a sudden the things started coming up on the StreamYard too, because before they were all coming through on the X. Now they're coming through on the StreamYard. So thank you very much. And Luis Rodriguez said we could have another 10% downside. I agree. Definitely could. Tesla, yeah, monster right there, Harry. How about that? Futures are red and stocking up for future. How are you? Barbara, how are you? And you love the live show. It's been way more fun looking at the charts as I speak instead of trying to imagine it like the old days. I have to imagine it's way better. I have more fun too, just, knowing that you guys can actually see the charts, because now it's like, I can explain and use the mouse, so you guys, the cursor, and show you guys stuff and point things out for us. So I enjoy it a lot more. So I hope you guys enjoy it as well, because I think it is way better. It's a lot more fun. And thank you, Marty, for letting me know that I was stuck on NCPL because I went onto the wrong screen there. And I'll get through everything else and make sure I get through all them. Let's just now through the rest of these bad boys and see what's looking good on that side. So just let me know what else you guys want to see. Post them up, and we'll definitely go through anything you guys want to look at. And if there's any of the laptop travel ones in particular that you want to see that you missed, let me know. I'll look at it, or even the Joey's Jams. I think you could hear me talking about them, so I ran through them. And again, anything that grabbed your interest, just send it over. We'll look at it. You know that. And that was Chewy. And Netflix, wasn't that down today as well? Yeah, it was down $18, right? It wasn't that bad, though. I was actually surprised. That's why I had to second guess myself, because, again, this one ran up 914 to 946 and then came down to 898 and closed. It actually closed up. That's why I thought. I second guessed myself saying it was down, because I thought I saw it up at one point and was like, holy cow, Netflix is up. But it could come down. It looks like it might pull back down, though. So it could have just ran up today. I don't know why. But it just looks like it might pull back into this right here. So into the 850s, or at least into the 8s, is what it looks like at the moment for Netflix. And AVGO, let's look at our semiconductors. They did get crushed down today too. And some of them look like they're going to continue down, like AVGO. That looks like it's coming down some more. MU looked like it was coming down. And that came down. It's hitting that bottom. That could get into the basement right here. Look at MU. Just looks like it's crashing down right there. And again, maybe they will fall down. That TSM was getting set up. They had some kind of good news today. They had some kind of deal with Intel or something, and obviously Intel was looking pretty decent. I'm not sure. This one dipped down on the news and was pulling back, but it does look good. It was trying to get set up, so we'll look at it tomorrow. Look at that setup happen, and it did come down, though, with all the other semiconductors, but they did have pretty good news. I know that. Luis Rodriguez sent that over to me, and SMCI came down $2. Looks like it's pulling back a little bit more. And let's look at AMD. That was down $9, and that looks like it's pulling back some more. So these bad boys definitely came back. And QCOM, we thought that one was already dipping down. And look at that, $14 right there. That's a nice dip, I would say. And again, you might have them dipping down a little bit more. We'll look at them in the morning to make sure that they're what they're doing. Intel, again, ran up right there. Had some news today, and it did run up, but I don't know if it's going to continue. It looks like it's going to go down. I think that was more of a newsworthy kind of pop-up and didn't pop up for TSM or for whatever reason. And PayPal, look at that coming down through that support, and that looks like it's coming through and going to go into the basement. And Snow is coming down. That was down, and look at it. Looks like it's coming down some more right there. And how about Dell? DELL, and look at that big dip down $18 into the basement for Dell. I mean, these things just got clobbered today. Palantir, not too bad, just holding itself up, I thought. And I was actually surprised that if I could type that in, PLTR, there you go. And yeah, I was actually surprised it held itself up like that. It did look bullish, but a lot of these weren't holding themselves up. So we'll have to see tomorrow about Palantir if it can fight its way and keep itself up there. And here's your Sophie, and that was dipping down. And again, I was kind of surprised that Palantir was not. So we'll look at it tomorrow. Good old Mara came down a little bit. And again, this thing was trying to get set up so perfectly, and then it got destroyed today. And we'll have to see how long it takes. And that's why I think maybe crypto, it was trying to get set up, and now it's kind of dipping down, obviously, with the prices we see. Solana's at 116 and Ethereum's at 1800, so they are pulling back, obviously. But there's your Riot right there. They were totally setting up, and now they're going to have to wait a little bit. And MicroStrategy was down, and remember, he was fighting for his life to stay up there and just couldn't do it. And it looks like he's going to cross down. None of these guys can be happy right now because they were right there to get moving, and now all of a sudden you're dipping back down and you got to get started all over again. But maybe this will be the last time that we see a massive dip like this, because clearly might as well get it out of the way right now. Every time they do them, they always run back up kind of to their all-time highs. Remember, I was saying this before, you're going to see these things run to their all-time highs, and I kind of feel like that is maybe in the summer, after, who knows when it's going to be, but I have a feeling you're going to see all-time highs. And thank you, Barber, appreciate that. But yeah, that's when we got stuck on NCPL right there. And again, it was just the wrong thing. I pulled up the a new browser or a new tab thing, and was still on the other one. Whatever, we're good now. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, if you ever see me do that, everyone just pile in and let me know, because sometimes I don't even pay attention. And that was a good heads up right there, so thank you. And that's MicroStrategy pulling back, not looking great. And CLSK, another one was pulling back. That was trying to get set up. Look at it. And obviously not doing so well. But really didn't pull back that hard. Check it out. It was just kind of hopping around right here. CLSK. Look, yeah. Actually, it doesn't even look bad. It looks pretty good today. Check that out. Let me look at Mara and Riot over here. Yeah, that one was pulling back. I knew that was. I don't remember CLSK looking that good today, but maybe it did and I just don't remember it. But that doesn't look too bad right there, guys. Might want to keep an eye on that CleanSpark. We'll see what it can do. And Coinbase, that came down, and so did Robinhood, and that was down, but it wasn't that much, again, hitting them support lines. So I would keep an eye on these things, and we'll see how far. They could try to curl back up and try to keep themselves stable while the market runs around. Look at Coinbase trying to get curled back up right there. So again, doesn't look terrible. And DJT right here, the old Trump media, only down 35 cents today after all that crazy market. Look at this thing, 1844, and it closed at 1839, guys. So I mean, kind of amazing, right? Looks like it wants to roll off to me, that's for sure. So it is kind of fascinating. And again, all he has to do is snap his fingers and that market starts moving again. They know what they're doing. They know what they have to say, and they have it on a light switch. So he knows what's going on. We just have to take our best, not guess, we can take a look at the charts and then again factor in what they need to do with them. Fun took that dip down, but again, looks like it's going to try to roll right off of that MACD. So maybe they're just going to roll off after this big dip and then obviously come back down. You know that they like to do that. And Mountain was looking great yesterday. I saw it today. I looked at it. I was like, holy cow, how'd that thing come back down so far? That one looked like it was actually going to get moving. So there you go. Look at it. It was cruising along, hit that 50, and that was a wrap for the Mountain. And let's take a look at MCD, McDonald's. And let's see what it's doing here. MCD right there. Good old McDonald's was up today. How was it up? They were giving out Big Macs to like everybody, I think, because they needed to pop it. But yeah, no, I have no idea. But they were up somehow. So Look at this thing popped up, and we do know Trump loves McDonald's, and it's pretty bullish right now. So I'm not sure what's going on with McDonald's, but I did see it up today, and I was quite impressed. I wasn't, excuse me. I wasn't going to post about it, but I was impressed that it was up with the market getting beat down. Look at Boeing right there. They win a contract and it's up. We were talking about it, and then Lockheed Martin loses the contract and that's up. So Boeing wins it, they're down. Lockheed Martin loses it, they're up. What a market we're in right now. It's pretty wild stuff. And that is Boeing down. Space was down, I know that, but it wasn't even down that much. This thing's like a disaster, and that thing barely pulled back. Look at it. It looks like it wants to try to take off. So maybe our aerospace and defense is looking better. We have to look at them. IBM, this was pulling back, but it has a great support line there. But look at it. It was trying to get up in there, and I think you're going to see it pull back a little bit more right here, IBM. Because look, you have this base support line here, and then you also have one down here. So I think IBM could come down a little bit more. And let's take a look at Disney. You know, we got clobbered today. Not only Disney, but Nike did. Disney got hammered right there. Oxy, I think, was down. ExxonMobil got jammed up right there. And then Nike got slammed up right there at 938. It was down in the basement, and they're way down there. And DXYZ, I don't really remember, but it is down. And that doesn't even look bad right there. So there you go with our list. And yeah, look at it. It's in the 20 trying to stay up. So there you go with the DXYZ. And let me take a look and see what else you guys want to see. And thank you, Barbara. And here we go. Marty has a couple. Let's take a look at them guys. LHSW. Not sure what that is, but we'll look at it. And that's a brand new one. Brand new China one. I mean, that could do anything tomorrow. You obviously can't tell. We'll look at it tomorrow if you remind me, and I'll let you know if it looks better. But today you won't be able to really tell. Them things are just a little crazy. And ATAI, let's see what this is up to right here. ATAI. This one looks like it could be pulling back. Has that weird look because it opened and closed at the same spot, but doesn't look like it wants to pop up at all. It was trying to, but not. I don't think it's making it. And this one I am familiar with, ATNM, and that looks like it's pulling back. It was ran up, I know that, because it's on a watch list of mine, and it is pulling back right there. And let's see, it's ATNM. And yeah, it looks like it's going to probably come back down into that 50 right there. And then you'll have to see if it can actually hold up right there, because it looks like it's coming down pretty good. And let's see what Wrap Technologies is doing. This is about to wrap right into the basement right there, but it might be a good one to take a look at, because it could be a quick one in the basement and get out. You can see it's trying to run up here, has some lines. So I'll look at Wrap. That one might be a decent one pretty soon. And so there you go, Mr. Marty. Thank you. And let's see. When I exit out of that stuff, and boom, NCPL. Let me see right there. A couple of you, thank you for telling me. LHSW is at that one. Yeah, we looked at that one right there. And let's see what's going on right here. I hopped on story trading with them guys. Like I say, them dudes are awesome. Ben and the crew over there, Emp and all them guys, Godfather, even Money Mark. I really enjoy doing all them shows with them guys. They're really down to earth. They know their fundamentals. They know the market really well. And I think we all just kind of vibe pretty well together, to be honest with you. Different takes, different looks. And it's just kind of one of them good shows that I think just got put together by Wolf. And I think it was one of them ones that, you just keep it going, because it is. So yeah, they were hopping on to do a special today, and I asked if I definitely, anytime they want me to hop on, I'm in, because I do enjoy their shows. A lot of great insight with them guys, and again, great fundamentals. And you guys know I'm a technical person, but I know I look at all the stuff that they're looking at, and things start lining up, I know, and they can look at things more long term. They really dive into these companies and really do their research. I mean, these guys are pros. They're analysts, and they know what they're talking about, and they give they give really good, solid experience in what they know and knowledge. So you have to take it from what they know, and obviously you know they're feeding you good info, so you take that and then you look at the charts and you line them up. So yeah, I was on there and they were having a good show, little good show there. And let's see, Sayer, there are no tariffs on Bitcoin, that's right. And the Solana ETF and BlackRock, what did they launch? They officially launched its own token. On Ethereum. We don't really care about that guy. And we don't really care about the coin, we'll say. And who else? TQQQ. What was that doing? Bansky. Let's see. TQQQ. That's like one of these ETFs. Couldn't think of the name of it, but there you go. The ProShares Ultra Pro QQQ 3 times. And that's way down, guys, because that's the pro. So whatever the opposite is going to be up. And I'm guessing it's the what do we look at? The holy cow, my mind is blank. The SQQQ. Yeah, there you go. That's the opposite. Couldn't even think of the S, but there you go. So the opposite of that one is the TQQQ. Thank you, Bansky. Yeah, that's down. And then that SPXS, we did look at that. Thank you, Laptop Travel. And Kosovo to lift tariffs on U.S. goods in response. I can't even talk nor read. Don't mind me. And then I went through that list. And UVIX, I knew there was another one. It was Luis Rodriguez. I couldn't remember who posted one or what it was. But here you go, the 2-time long VIX futures. Look at this thing looking like it wants to roll up there. UVIX, guys. Keep an eye on that tomorrow because that's jumping up and not looking too bad right there. Could get up into the top and try to run up a little bit higher. Squeeze that up there because, yeah, that looks like it has some momentum going up. So there you go for that bad boy. And that's not looking bad. We looked at that list. And TNFA, we did. FBGL, Barbara, we did not look at that. We did look at TNFA, FBGL. That's one of them new ones that we were looking at, just kind of pulling back a little bit. You're probably going to have a little bit of pullback as it has to roll back off that MACD, say it. So it might have a little bit of pullback, maybe run a little more flat. And but yeah, that's what that one looks like it wants to do. And how about the lion right here? Pull back a little today. I did notice that, but it is sitting on that support line, not looking bad. It does have that pullback look, so it probably gonna roll back off, come back down, and then try to run back up like they do. But it has that trend. It's hard to tell off of this one. I'll definitely look at the lion in the morning, and let's see if lion wants to get cruising. It has that look like it could go either way, so it's a hard one right there. And if you didn't hear TNFA, I forget what I even said about it. Let me look. I think we did that in the beginning. And that was running up. Oh, yeah, that was trying to curl back up right there and looking pretty good, I would say, right? All right, let me look at it. I forget. Ran up 45 to 55. It's at 42. It's in that channel. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'd have to look. It does have that look on here, but on here with that run up in that channel, I don't think it's going to really pull back, and I don't know if it's really going to get over that 50, but it doesn't look too bad. Another one, I'll look at that in the morning too. TNFA, I know it looked good today. I remember we were looking at it last night, and or whenever we were looking at it, it's been running up a little bit, and yeah, it could keep some momentum right there. It's in that channel. It hit the 50, and it's just kind of at that odd spot right there. So I'll look at that bad boy. It did close a little bit under where it opened today, so remind me tomorrow, Barb, and I'll take a look. I wrote them both down, and I'll try to remember in the morning, but if not, just shoot it over in the morning, and that we'll definitely look at it. And that WCT, we definitely looked at that. It did look good. And IBO. Let me see what that one's doing here. Impact Biomedical. Wow, that's a pretty nice dip. It says it went up way in the after hours, so let's look at it. Curling up 46. I can't read. 64 to 96. It's at 87 right now. And yeah, it's not looking too bad to try to run up into that 150s or at least over that dollar range. You can see it ran up in the after hours right there. So it definitely curled up. You can see that. So I would look at IBO in the morning for a little momentum play. Obviously, it's going to have to be since it ran right up there in the after hours. ICCT, we looked at that at the beginning, and another one. Look at that. It's trying to run back up into the top for some momentum. So, yeah, I would keep an eye on that one. And let's see. I think I got all them guys right there. Let me see if I missed anything right here. And I think I got all that. Let me check this over here. Boyle's another good one. And CXAI. There you go. What's that? CXAI. Here we go. And that one pulling back, hitting the bottom, but it bounced up. I looked at it, so I'm not going to cheat, but I was going to say maybe it'll bounce off that bottom and run. But again, I just noticed it over here. It said it as I was about to say it, so I'm just saying it was. You could see it right here. I was looking at it like, hey, it'll bounce off, and I was going to say it, and I already looked over too fast, so couldn't say it fast enough. But anyway, it had that look. I could tell you that, and when it does, it usually goes. And so yeah, Finviz, there you go. You could see it right there. I mean, it had that look, and definitely keep an eye on it in the morning. But yeah, they run up like this and pull back a little bit to that line. You can figure they're gonna try to bounce. They don't all bounce like crazy up to like 50, 100%, but they do bounce up. This one got right through the and again, it just really depends on what they were trying to do. I don't know what the volume was on this 9.5 million, and yeah, it just got cruising right there, right through the trend lines, the SMA 20 to 50, and it could have some good momentum there in the morning right there. Barb, I believe that is who's asked that one. I think. I don't even. Oh yeah, it was over here. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was. Doge Mama 9. I'm sorry. I forgot where it was. I'm telling you, they're popping up on both things now. It was just on the X, and now that came up on the StreamYard. No big deal, but there you go. And Boyle, I said I was going to do that one for Luis Rodriguez, and these ones are good. The Bloomberg gas 2 times, and we had looked at this before. I mean, we were super early on this, guys, and ran this way up, and it had run up over like 90 something dollars, over 100. Look at that. I forgot, but I knew it was over 90, and it did get over 100, it says. So at one point, not today, but look at that thing trying to curl up. I would say that might make it right through that curl and get cruising on Boyle. So yeah, that's not looking bad, Luis Rodriguez. I do like that. And CXAI, we just did that one. Got all them guys. And ADTX, I don't think we looked at that. Let's take a look at that, Marty, and see what it's up to. Wow, look at that. There was another one that we watched come out of the basement and ran up really big. I forgot all about that. ALLR was another one, and there was another one I forget. But yeah, that's not looking bad. You're right. Must have reverse split recently. It doesn't say it on here, but it looks like it did. There you go. Reverse split right there on St. Paddy's Day. And yeah, I'd say that's looking pretty good, Marty. I would keep ADTX on the list as well right now, because that does have a pretty good look. And there you go. I would say that's pretty decent for us. And that's a pretty good market review right there, I must say, on a nice red day. Obviously, it was red. I'll take a look and see what the scanners are looking like real quick. It wasn't much that we didn't see. I know that. Ford was dipping down. Soxel, that one was the semiconductor one going way down. Lucid was down. This PTIX we looked at last night, someone mentioned it, and it did run up, and ICCT is running up. Logic Mark, we went over, pulled back. I told you I got a little bit more. We'll see what it wants to do tomorrow. And it wasn't looking bad at all, that's for sure. And there's the SQQ and the SPXS. And DGLY, not bad. There's Apple down. That's the no, that's not the China big cap. That's just an ETF right there. And this OSRH, guys, remember this shell company? I mentioned it last night. It was up over $1. It flew up, actually. I think it was up over 100% at one point today. Remember, I was like, oh, it's a shell company. 167 to 330 right there today. Remember, we looked at that last night off the scanner, and boom, there you go. So we definitely see them all. That's for damn sure. Let's just see if there's anything else over here that grabs my attention. This ABVO is already running up, and that's down. Let's see. Hood was down. GNPX not looking bad. That was on the list last night, too. Genprex, there you go. That's a runner. And could keep running up tomorrow. Keep your eye on Genprex right there. GNPX, another one we had. It might have came down the after. It ran up the last night, and then it just bounced around today. It made it look like it was running up right now, to be honest with you. But let's look at it. It opened and closed right around the same price. You can see that. But we'll look at that. Genprex, it was running up there. That TLT is the bonds right there, and IWM is the Russell 2000. That had been dipping down. And let's take a look. MRM, that was a beauty, huh? We had that one. Pfizer's way down there. And let's take a look, see if there's anything going on over here. PCHI, is that a new one, obviously, because it looks brand spanking new. It looks like it. I have no idea what's going. It's an ETF, pollen high income ETF. What are they measuring? How much pollen's in the air? What the hell is that talking about? That's crazy. Anyway, that's dipping down. MRM, look at that on there. MIG, that one has that crazy look, and that's that van. Didn't we look at this thing before? MIG. Yeah, that has like that crazy look right there. I don't know what that thing's up to. That's another ETF right there. NIVF. That one, let's see. Ran up today. That's what it did and pulled back. So I don't know about that. We had already looked at that one. Already ran up there. Good old Ray J way dipping down. 8LDX. Look at that big dip right there. And there's some other big dips from today. And let's see, that's another shell company that ran up, Cheb, C-H-E-B. And yeah, that other shell company we looked at last night was right there. And let's see if there's anything else, a TCRT, anything else grab my attention. Let me see. Nothing really jumping out at the moment. I'll look on my scanner real quick. We had some good ones last night, I do know that. AREN, let me see. Oh, let me not do that. Let me just go right there. We'll look at the SPY ones and see what they're up to real quick. Let's see. RKT, what's that, Sam B? Let me see what is that Rocket? The Rocket's been a little crazy. Yeah, Rocket companies, Rocket Mortgage. This one has been a little wild lately. And let's see. That one's not looking bad, but let's look at Rocket right here. Yeah, they're not looking bad, to be honest with you. I know we've looked at it recently right there. Good old Rocket. AWK, American Waterworks, looks like it could be running up a little tomorrow. And DTE, it's all right. AMT, American Tower Corp, that's all right. AXON, this one might be one to keep an eye on right there. AOXN, what's that guy? That's an aerospace and defense. Look at that bad boy. That's not looking too bad right there. PM, Philip Morris, they're looking pretty good. DUK, GIS, General Mills right there. That's looking really good, huh? GS. Oh, wait, it took a nice dip. It looks like, wait, what the hell's going on? It looks like, that's Goldman Sachs. Hold on. GIS. I was going to say, that is not the same. General Mills, here you go. And yeah, that thing doesn't look bad right there. So keep an eye on GIS right there, guys. That's looking pretty good. What's SBAC? Because that ran up today. SO, I don't know what that is. A Southern company. And MDLZ, that one's trying to roll right off of there. And KHC, the Kraft Heinz, is looking pretty good. And ELV and Fastenal Company and CHD right there. Church and Dwight, they're hanging out, doing good today. And Progressive not doing bad right there. Let's look at them smaller caps right here. I just had to let it reset. Oh, it's going to be the same list practically, so it already did it. Look at that thing right there jumping up. ARTL, that's in there. Look at a few of these. APVO, that one already ran up. Agrify, or AgriForce, that's what it's called. AgriForce, that's all right. CXH, I can't talk, but we can look at them. SVRE, let's see. Not a whole lot going on. That's in the channel PCK. That's not looking bad. What's an AMZ? Amaze Holding. See if that can become amazing. And Foxo right here. That's trying to curl back up. And let's see what that's doing right here. BlackRock, Virginia. A bunch of them municipal bond trusts were on here. What's this doing? Is that? Did that become the OCEA warrants? As the OCEA still there? That's not looking too bad, guys. OCEA, the warrants were on there. It looks like, and VNRX. There's a bunch of them right here. That looks like it could curl through. And let's see, this Raya was up. That one might have a little bit of momentum right there. And Reto, that was trying to curl through as well. And here, I'll just take another look at, let's see, which ones are these? These are the nanos. So we'll see how these look. APVO again was already run up. AMZE. And sometimes there's their MRM right there. And Fox right there. This one had run up pretty good. OSRHW. I think that's what it is. NEA, nah, that's not that great. Another one of the municipal ones. That Foxo keeps popping up here, not looking too bad. And this Raya was up. So, yeah, I mean, this is what I do. I run through these things, see what's going on. This is what the, which one? These are the micro cap ones. AREN right there, moving up. Let's see if we see anything that grabs our attention real quick. But yeah, this is just kind of running through the scanners right here. This is how you find them. And you pick out the good ones. I'm not going to lie. GUTS, it's nothing really extraordinary, but this is how it works. MBOT. And yeah, you just cruise around. You guys can see these. These are the small cappers right here. And there's Ken. That one might have some momentum right there. MIY. That's all right. That's a municipal one. Not too great. What was this Poet up to? That looks like it could be curling up there. So you get the message. You get the ID anyway. There's always opportunities. There's FUBO TV. That one. SBC right here. So yeah, there's a few on there. And again, we can do like every single all of them. I mean, this is what the mid caps right here, and then we have the large caps. I'll do them right here. Here's your large caps. AMT. They're probably going to be a lot of the similar ones that we just saw on that first one. WTRG right there, looking pretty good. So yeah, there you go. I won't go through every single one, but there, General Mills. Take a look at that. GIS tomorrow. That doesn't look too bad right there. And there you go. I would say that's a pretty good market review. Oh, I never looked at Finviz. They always have, Finviz. StockTwits. They always have good ones over here. So let's take a look and see. And then I'll look at ETF 500 and see where that's at. Let me look at it and see where ETF 500 is right now. I have to, oh, damn it. Here we are. And just refresh it real quick. Let's see. Come on. Hurry up there. It looks like 6.1 market cap, so that's not bad. Yeah, it just it actually closed yesterday, just kind of like hanging out there, so it wasn't a bad look at all. And we get cruising right back up. It'll be amazing. Like I said, Solana's way down there, so at 115. So if you're gonna be buying it, Solana's cheap to be getting it. So I still been buying it. I'm right there at like 2 million, so I'm pretty good, and I might just keep on buying more because telling you, when these things go and crypto starts moving and Solana starts moving, you better believe ETF 500 is going to be rolling. I think like the majority of the things locked up already, so that's when the bidding starts happening, and that's when it starts gapping. So, and nothing else. I mean, if you look around, it's doing probably better than like every other crypto meme or anything else that's even out there right now. It's kind of bizarre, and that just kind of shows you, even when everything's red, it's still willing to run and go up. So you know, when everything's running, that thing's going to be rocketing. So that's what I love about it. And I told you guys months ago, you guys know I was all about it, and I realized why it would be the biggest coin. And I think we all see exactly what's going to happen there. And let me hop to StockTwits because I forgot what I was doing there. And SOXL is down. UPST, what is that one? Upstart Holdings, that's down. I mean, I'm sure they're all down. Dell, Lilly, Elf got down, huh? Yeah, Elf was trying to move up there yesterday. Look at that. Tries to move up and gets smoked. Good old Elf. ENVX. I'm not sure what that is. ENVX. Yeah, that's down. Shop, whatever that one is. What's Shop? Shopify, probably. If that's even, yeah, Shopify. There you go. That's way down. Look at that thing coming down. Holy cow, Shopify coming down. And then a couple ExxonMobil. And SOXS is up, and that's going to be your semiconductors, probably your bull, or your bear, I mean. And there you go, your semiconductor three-time bear, SOXS, and that one's in the top and could stay up there. So there you go right there. And like I said, I would say that's a pretty solid market review. I think we got to everything. And Ford Motor on Thursday announced that it would allow car shoppers to buy in its 2024 25 vehicles, including gas, electric, and hybrid powered models, at the discounted price the automaker offers to its employees. So there you go. As the tariffs kick off. So good stuff right there. And I would say that we just nailed the market as well as you're going to probably nail it in this market condition. And we do see everything. Let me put my list up here so I remember to take a picture, and I'll post it out when we get finished so you guys can see what I marked up and wrote down. And there you go, everybody. I would say that is a good market. I got to put that down. It's reflecting that light. Anyway, sorry. I'm crazy. Anyway, and Logic Mark, I'm telling you, this thing is not looking bad. Look at it. Just a little pullback. Remember we were talking, I was saying, I don't know if it can come down another level. It did. And so you can't ever say that it can't. But again, not looking bad right there. So I do like it still. And that looks good. And again, good market review. We'll be on at 7 a.m. to do a pre-market review. You know that. We'll do our laptop lowdowns, our Jolie's jumpers. And of course, we'll go through we'll go through the SPY and the big caps and crypto. And I don't think my brain works anymore. I can't even talk, but it's all good. And obviously, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Sorry, I got stuck right there on the in the middle of the laptop travel ones on what was it? I forget which one it was right there. Oh, I put the paper down. That's why I'm looking and I don't see it. It was what? NCPL, that's what it was. And my apologies, but again, it's all good. We're working and we are good to go. So I will see you guys at 7 a.m. If you want me to look at anything, be sure to send it over. You know, I go through everything and look at them, and we'll see what the market's going to look like tomorrow morning. We'll take a look. We'll see what wants to pop up there, how the SPY, the big caps are going to react, and obviously the penny stocks and which ones want to get rolling. So we have a pretty good idea, and we're just going to have to see what it looks like tomorrow. And again, I'll post out my notes so you guys can take a look at it. Keep an eye on it at 4 a.m. You guys that are trading them Webull hours, and make sure you trade smart and lock in those profits for sure, because the market is a little wild. But we will get it and crush it every which way. You guys know that. And we'll find the poppers. We'll see what's going on. We'll ride them down, up, sideways. It doesn't matter. So thanks again for tuning in. Always greatly appreciate it. You know that. And any questions, feel free to ask. Reach out. Post a comment, shoot a message on X. If you're not following along, so make sure that you follow along on X and all that good stuff and YouTube. And thanks again, everybody. I will catch you guys at 7 a.m. for pre-market. It will be a Friday pre-market right there. You're welcome, Sam B. and Luis Rodriguez, and stocking up for future. And everybody else, Luis Rodriguez, Barbara, Marty, Doge Mama 9 was on there. I can only see so many people, the ones that kind of just post. Honestly, I don't really know everybody. I used to like to thank everybody. And again, I greatly appreciate everybody that does hang out and contributes. It is a team effort on this show. Trust me, you guys send in a lot of great stock tickers, and I just go through them and point out what looks good and what wants to run, and we just try to navigate through these markets. And when you have days like this, it doesn't even phase us. We still find the poppers, and we still keep a positive attitude. We keep keep on cruising right along. And obviously, we don't let ourselves get down because any day could take you down in the market. That's why you trade smart. You lock in your profits, you have a plan, you execute it, and you listen to the show because we know exactly what's going on. And if you have any questions, you just feel free to ask because I definitely respond to everybody. And again, if I don't respond, just reach out again, everybody. The listeners know I suffered a brain injury, won't go into it, but I miss things. Obviously, you could tell I can't read and see things. I could see these charts well. There's no letters or anything on them, so it's really bizarre, but it works out perfectly fine for me. I'm not worrying about it. So yeah, you ever want me to see anything or look at anything for you guys, feel free to shoot me over a message or whatever, and we will definitely look at it. You know that. And thanks again, everybody. I'll catch you guys at 7 a.m. So I'll see you in the morning. Have a good night, everybody.